So indeed, peace. You know, Master, I see God. So my history, you know, I built up before. I originally grew up in the Oasis. As I said, where, you know, Allah's wisdom watered the desert. I don't like the word the desert, so he's the Oasis. Especially when, you know, we talk about the our lessons and you look at the actual facts, right? Desert covered 14 million miles, but again, when it's a desert, that means it's barren, right? It's not, sometimes uninhabitable, it's not even civilized. So, you know, there's all those negative things about that. That's why I don't like that, according to our teachers. But anyway, so my history, so, you know, I kind of built on it at the Parliament. I got knowledge of self back in understanding, part of self with born understanding. And one of my brothers I went to high school with, Allah Light, you know, me and him used to build in school. You know, it's like I came from Nawa. He was like, yo, man, you got some music from Nawa? Hit me off, you know what I mean? Down in Richmond, I said, yeah, I got you, man. I got all the mixtapes and everything. So anyway, I was always interested in computers. You know, ever since I was in elementary school, I used to like video games, and I always said one day, you know, I'm gonna be a video game programmer. That was kind of my dreams. And I got into high school, and my old earth, man, she took me to see a movie called Sneakers, which is a dope movie. Sneakers got Robert Redford, Sidney Poitier, James Earl Jones, Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters. There's a lot of big names. Ben Kingsley, who won the Academy Award for Gandhi, he's in the joint. And Sneakers is about a crew, they call themselves penetration testers, which is basically like hackers. It's a dope movie. And when I saw it, I was like, yo, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to be like them, you know what I mean? Like them dudes who know how to hack and all that stuff, right? Breaking the computers. So I built with my parents about it, and my old dad said, yo, I ain't got the money to help you go to college. Sound like you need a degree for this, you know what I mean? Yeah, so he said, you know, you ever think about going into the military? Because I know the military give you extra money and financial assistance to go to college. So I talked to one of the recruiters at the school, and he's like, yeah, I can put you in a program, and you know, we'll give you money to go to college, and we give you training on doing computers. So I mean, that's kind of what let me go in that direction, you know what I mean? Because I had a determined idea, and I had a goal where I wanted to go. So I went in the military, and then came back, like I said, after boot camp, and got back with my brother, a lot of light. You know, when I left him, I mean, me and him had knowledge of stuff. He was in the dead world, you know, as far as not knowing the mathematics. But when I came back, he had the mathematics, and he, you know, he put me on to how he got them from the other god named Shallah. So he took me to meet him. I went to him, you know, build with the brother, and that's how I got the mathematics and started me off on that journey, getting the lessons. And then from there, you know, I just started meeting other gods in Richmond. I traveled down to Norfolk, Virginia. I went to school at ODU. And funny enough, the first 2 years I stayed on campus, but the second 2 years I moved off campus, and I ended up getting roommates with two brothers from Norfolk State. And one of them, he was God, so, you know, he had lessons. And we used to build, and of course I used to give it to Cypher in the Parliament down there. So I used to build with a lot of guys in Norfolk. But I went ahead and I finished my 4 years, got a degree in, I had a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, doing, you know, major was IT, right? Information technology, minor economics. My goal also when going to college was, my old dad was always self-employed. You know, he always worked as an electrician. I mean, he'd go around fixing all types of things, refrigerators, air conditioners, microwaves. He was always studying. My old dad was always studious. He always had books, schematics on things. And he always told me, you know, the main thing you want to do in life is, you know, have a trade, right? Have a trade, get skills that people will always need. So I always saw my dad working for self. I never really had that idea and that mindset that I need to go work for somebody else. You know what I mean? I need like, how do I get those skills that I can go work for myself? Just like my old dad. You know what I mean? Following that example and what he told me to do. You know what I mean? Almost going back, you know, what Allah said, get a trade, get a skill, go to school. So when I went to college again, I went in there and I was like, yo, my idea is to go in, learn how to start a business, run a business, operate a business, especially back in 1999, 2000, that was the whole .com boom. So as I was looking at that, I was like, you know, e-commerce was the big thing. So I was like, okay, how do I learn about e-commerce, which is basically taking the IT, merging it with the economics, and then learning how to start businesses online, using those economic skills with the IT. So that's what that was about, e-commerce. So, you know what I mean? So they didn't have words for it back then. That was still in development, but I already saw the future as far as like e-commerce and online businesses. And I always joke that I should have started Facebook, you know what I mean? Because I had that idea, like, how do you start businesses online? We're talking about 99, 2000, right? Like Google was just kind of kicking off.
Okay, so that's interesting because my cousin, he has his old dad was kind of into technology, and put him on, and we were out in Galway, New Jersey,
right,
and we were talking about the emerging technology, like AOL Instant Messenger had just really just come about, and
all these technologies, yep,
right, and so I foresaw MySpace.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Then I foresaw from that, like, you know, okay. Well, actually, the interesting thing about it is that MySpace was a lot more advanced than Facebook. It's just that Facebook gave more privacy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's crazy how well MySpace allowed more spam.
True.
Had a lot more spam on it.
Yes.
And
that was part of its undoing.
That was the undoing, right? Then Facebook came and offered privacy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A certain way, and they wound up dominating the whole market.
Right.
So, you know.
You bring up something important there, because in cybersecurity, they teach about that, right? As a cautionary tale with MySpace. There was a guy, I forgot his name, but he was able to hack into MySpace, and he inserted a bug, a software bug, in the MySpace code, to where every time you added him as a friend, he was added to all your other friends. So it became like a computer worm. And that's what overtook MySpace, and they didn't do well in managing and controlling it. So that's where it, again, the user experience, as we've been building on, when your user experience declines and you have a competitor and they improve on the user experience and even slightly so way, they're going to eat into your market share. So that's just business and economics. So that's part of, like you said, how MySpace went down there undoing when that dude, and it was even a T-shirt somebody made. Like somebody's my friend. The dude, whoever who hacked into MySpace, and he put that bug. So every time you added him as a friend, he got added to all your friends, and they became his friend. Somebody made a T-shirt. Tom, I think that was it. Yeah, Tom's my friend. Yeah. So there was a dude who made a T-shirt, made money on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See how it's all coming together, right? So there's a lot of studies out there about, you look at Blockbuster, then you look at Redbox, then you look at Netflix. It's always slightly taking an idea and improving on it, making a better experience for the users, and you disrupt the prior company and you take the business. Look at Kodak, and then look at the iPhone. There's all types of examples like this when you got Kodak, an idea, So you said MySpace and how Facebook came in. But
I thought that MySpace was a little bit more advanced in terms of you was able to put your own music on there and promote yourself and almost build your own page.
True.
You can't really do it. I think they have
that buggy code. The undoing.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna get you in the end.
And my cousin and I, I was for saying like, yo, we could do our own MySpace.
There you go. But that's right.
He was more advanced than me, and his idea was like, yo, I think that having people on my server like that is filthy. That was his saying, like
okay,
like y'all have a bunch of other people on y'all like that, like yeah, that's filthy. That's even though he's filthy himself.
Yeah, God.
You must do your own research, as I did.
INFMEGA did this.